Hello, I am ChessChuck, and I'm glad to see you here. In today's lesson, we will be learning about destroying your opponent's army, also known as capturing pieces. This is where it gets to be real fun. So you are the general with an army of 16 pieces and seemingly limitless moves and possibilities. But you have a limited amount of time to make a move. So what do you do? Rule number 1. Can I capture or can my opponent capture any pieces? Before you can decide what to capture, you need to know the value of each piece. So here we go. The king. Believe it or not, the king has infinite value. You cannot assign a value to the king because if you lose the king, you lose the game. Pawns. Pawns are worth 1 point each. But despite being the weakest piece on the board, pawns play a vital role in the game. They form the skeleton of your position and can be promoted to any other piece, except the king, if they reach the opponent's end of the board. Knights. Knights are worth 3 points each. The knight's strength lies in its unique movement, the ability to jump over other pieces, making it a tricky piece for opponents. Bishops. Bishops are also worth 3 points each, but they are usually worth slightly more than knights, mostly because bishops can control long diagonals and become extremely powerful when the game opens up. Rooks. Rooks are worth 5 points each and are major pieces in chess. They have the ability to control both files and ranks. 2 rooks are often considered more powerful than a queen. The queen. The queen is the most powerful piece on the board with a value of 9 points. The queen can move any number of squares along a rank, file, or diagonal. Be careful, these values are approximate and can vary depending on the position. For instance, a pawn can become more valuable in the endgame when it is about to become a queen. Knights can be more valuable than bishops in certain positions where bishops' paths are blocked by pawns, while knights are able to jump over pawns. So now let's start to practice capturing pieces. To make things simple, in all examples, white moves first. You are in command of the white bishop. As you can see, your bishop can earn 5 points by simply capturing your opponent's rook. This position is a bit trickier. Your pawn can capture both, the knight and the pawn. Which one would you capture? Of course you would capture the knight. It is worth 3 points, while the pawn is only worth 1 point. In our next problem, you need to be very careful. If you choose to capture the rook to get 5 points, you can put yourself in grave danger. The enemy bishop can capture your queen, and you will wind up losing 4 points in the overall exchange. Of course, it is much safer to simply capture the bishop and win 3 delicious points. The next position is a bit more challenging. Your knight can capture both, the rook and the bishop. If your knight captures the bishop, you simply win 3 points. However, if you capture the rook, seemingly winning 5 points, your opponent can capture your knight with his bishop, so your opponent will win back 3 points, and your advantage would be reduced to 2 points. And now is a final extra credit problem. Should the white queen capture the black rook? As you can probably tell, the black rook is protected by the bishop on c6. So does it make sense for white to lose a queen, which is worth 9 points in exchange for a 5-point rook? In this case, the answer is yes. And that's because after the bishop captures the white queen, the white rook will capture back the bishop and announce checkmate. The black king has no way to avoid being captured, thus this is a checkmate. Pretty cool, don't you think? We will be looking at more ways to give some super cool checkmates very soon. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to give us a like and click subscribe. Hope to see you back shortly.